In a time where there is a constant information overload, we need to protect our peace and actively choose how we wish to see the world around us. Hi there, my name is Chelsea, and if you are new to my channel, I'm here to share all things self-love and self-care. In this video today, I'm going to share 4 tips that help me so that fear does not control my life or my decisions. So here are the 4 things that are helping me keep my fear in check so that I can actually enjoy life and not hold back. Tip number 1. Having more courage than fear. I learned this little gem from Glennon Doyle's book, Untamed. She basically explained, fear is natural, it's not really gonna go away, and you don't necessarily want it to go away. But what we can do is we can choose to have more courage than we do fear. When she said this, it was like a light bulb went off for me. The code had been cracked. I had been trying to find that balance for so long, and it helped me realize that fear isn't bad. I just need to balance it out with courage. Having courage allows us to have confidence in uncertain times. This isn't saying that there's nothing to be afraid of, but what this is saying is I can handle anything that comes my way. And this is a really empowering mindset to have, rather than a debilitating one. Tip number 2, reality shifting and reframing. We can choose which thoughts we want to identify with. And if we aren't happy with the thoughts that are naturally coming up for us, we can choose thoughts that reflect the type of life we want to live. For example, you could be starting a brand new job, and initially this might feel terrifying. And understandably so. You're launched into this whole new environment with all new people, a learning curve for your day-to-day tasks. It can be seen as daunting. That being said, you could choose to reframe the situation and view it as an adventure, as something that's going to grow your skill set and something that's fun and something that can kind of test you and help you expand your knowledge. Changing your mindset doesn't mean you won't have hard days and it won't be difficult, but it does mean that you'll be rooted in strength and confidence. And that is a much sturdier foundation than one of crippling fear. Tip number 3, being mindful of the stories we take in. I touched on it vaguely earlier, but there are so many posts, articles, stories, and people who perpetuate these horror stories of what could happen. And while it's great to be informed, this can easily turn into too much of a good thing real quick. We spend so much of our time worrying about things that might happen or could happen that usually don't ever end up happening. And we're wasting our energy and it's robbing us of our peace. They say ignorance is bliss for a reason. And this all reverts back to the first point, which is if something were to happen, we need to trust that our instincts will kick in and that we will be fine. Tip number 4, feeling the fear and doing it anyways. Some things in life are fear-inducing no matter how we reframe it. However, not all things we fear are bad or dangerous, which is why we need to be able to decipher between healthy fear and fear as a sign of danger. For example, you could be starting a new business or launching some sort of passion project, and maybe you're not used to putting yourself out there like that, and it brings up a lot of fear for you. It's good to look at the situation and say, okay, well, what are the real risks here, and what am I afraid of? And the answer could be that you're scared of judgment or failure, but it's good to look at these situations and realize there isn't a whole lot of danger there. And if this is something that's aligned with your truth and what you want for your life, then it's good to go ahead and take that risk. Fear isn't always a bad thing. If you liked this video, you can support me by hitting the like and the subscribe button down below. I post new videos on Fridays, and I would love if you would join me on this journey. I also post a lot on the Real Glow Up Instagram page if you would like to follow along there as well.